Welcome to the semifinals of the Baseline Baseball Trivia Competition, San Francisco edition, where we have our San Francisco baseball fans getting tested on how well they know their favorite team and other Bay Area baseball history. I'm your host, Kaitavia Stafford Carricker, and it means I have the questions right here, but we're going to reintroduce you guys to the people who have the answers. So, Brennan, JD, Chantal, how y'all feeling?
Great.
Phenomenal.
Ready to name your favorite player on this current Giants team?
Yeah.
All right, what's yours?
Tyler Rogers. He's been my guy for a while. When I was, to go off on a tangent, when I was in Little League, I liked to throw sidearm, and my coaches were like, no, you can't do that. You're going to blow out your arm. You can't throw sidearm. And then I watched Tyler Rogers throwing underhand in a spring training game, and I was like, that's my guy right there. And it took him like 4 more years to make it to the majors, but he's been my favorite player ever since.
I'm going to go with Logan Webb. He liked one of my tweets once. He's also just a cool dude.
I think his dad follows me on Twitter.
Me too.
Yeah. For me, it's got to be Lamont White Jr. My man has the plate discipline of legendary status. So.
Okay, so you've all played the game before and are very familiar, and you have advanced to semifinals. So without further ado, let's jump into our first round with a little game we call Milestone Bank. The way it works is simple. I'm going to read an achievement that many players have achieved during their careers, and you will take turns naming the player who played for the Giants at some point in their careers and also achieved that milestone. So we're going to start with Brennan, then JD, and then you, Chantal. You're going to name one player at a time, and if that player did not achieve the milestone, you're going to be eliminated from that question. And then we're going to continue until all players have made an incorrect guess or there are no more correct answers remaining. Any questions? Alrighty. So it's the playoffs now. Things might get a little more difficult, just like hitting in the major leagues has over the past 100 years. In fact, no statistic makes it more obvious than the increase in strikeouts across the league. Pitchers love to rack up Ks, but hitters are hoping for the opposite. So, who are the 30 hitters who have struck out the most in a Giants uniform? Let's see how many you can name. You will receive 1 point per correct answer. Ready?
Yeah.
With you.
JD Davis.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Willie Mays.
Correct.
Give me Brandon Belt.
Yes.
Is he there? Yes.
Willie McCovey.
Correct. 10.
Brandon Crawford.
Correct.
Buster Posey.
Yes.
10.
Will Clark.
Correct.
Mel
2 points per correct answer now.
Ott.
Correct.
Joe Morgan.
I don't think so. No.
Bobby Bonds.
Oh, yeah, correct.
Alvin Dark.
I don't see him here. Nope. Cool.
Is Barry Bonds on the list?
Not this list, I don't see.
No, because
Oh, he is actually applying.
Robbie Thompson, Barry Bonds, Matt Williams, JT Snow, Jim Davenport, Rich Aurelia, Jeff Kent, Orlando Cepeda, Pablo Sandoval, Hunter Pence, Jeffrey Leonard, Chili Davis.
It's really about
Travis Jackson.
longevity on the team.
You were thinking single season.
I was thinking single season.
I knew as soon as you said JD, sorry, I know what happened.
Yeah.
Jack Clark, Johnny Lee Master, Mike Yastrzemski, Jim Ray Hart, Chris Spire, Wes
Yes, on that
Westrom,
list.
George Kelly, Pedro Felice, Bobby Thompson.
Yes,
He's so much a double
I was.
list.
I don't know why I went
He goes
Alvin
through
Dark
his
over Bobby Thompson.
Let's move on to round 2. Before we do, we're checking on our scores. Brendan has 0 points, JD has 7, and Chantal has 3. Players now have buzzers and may buzz in at any point while I'm asking a question. There are no penalties for wrong answers, but if you buzz in early, I will not finish reading the question until you have answered, and each correct answer is worth 2 points. Ready to go, everyone? Madison Bumgarner may have been the Giants' hero in the 2014 World Series, finishing off Game 7 on short rest, but he was not on the mound at the start of the game. Manager Bruce Bochy.
Tim Hudson?
Correct.
All right, next question. If not for Branch Rickey's refusal to pay Negro League teams to acquire players under contract, one eventual Giants outfielder may have been the first black player in MLB.
Monty Irvin.
Correct.
This San Francisco native never played for an MLB team whose home was west of St. Louis, but this member of the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Mets Hall of Fame was born in the city by the Bay, raised in Pacifica and Millbrae before attending the College of San Mateo. An 11-time Gold Glove winning first baseman.
Keith Hernandez.
Correct.
After Matt Morris had a successful tenure with the St. Louis Cardinals, the Giants signed the right-handed pitcher to a 3-year contract. However, Morris's performance took a step back and the Giants consistently found themselves well out of playoff contention. So, in the summer of 2007, the Giants traded him to the Pittsburgh Pirates for an outfielder and a player to be named later.
Nate Shearholtz?
Incorrect.
The right-handed hitting center fielder the Giants received had a promising start to his career with the Giants, but was designated for assignment early in 2008 after a slow start and was claimed off waivers by the Oakland Athletics. While the Giants would struggle to fill out their...
Rajai Davis.
Correct.
Alyssa Natkin became the first woman in MLB history to be on a coaching staff and became the first woman in history to coach on the field during a regular season game after this former Giants first base coach was ejected from the game.
Antoine Richardson.
Correct.
Most big league players will spend their career falling short of the World Series, but this one former Giants closer has been on the last 3 World Series winners. The Giants acquired this lefty in a trade.
Chantal.
Mark Melanson?
Incorrect.
The Giants acquired this lefty in the trade with the Milwaukee Brewers at the 2016 trade deadline. Tommy John.
Will Smith.
Correct.
Yeah, it's the other one.
There are many folks who can say they had the best seasons of their career with the Los Angeles Dodgers, but ingratiated themselves with Giants fans. But that's exactly what this person did. After finishing a 19-year career in the majors with the Giants and A's...
JD.
Juan Uribe?
Incorrect.
After finishing a 19-year career in the majors with the Giants and A's, this right-handed hitting outfielder shifted to coaching. He ended up spending 26 seasons as an MLB manager between the Giants, Cubs, Reds, Nationals, and Astros.
Rusty Baker.
Correct.
You said Rusty?
Dusty.
Oh, I think we're making fun of him. He looks like Rusty and Dusty. Okay, last question. The Giants' inability to find a long-term, everyday left fielder since moving on from Barry Bonds is well documented. What a statement. The Giants' 2019 opening day lineup has had this right-handed hitter penciled in as the team's left fielder in his big league debut.
JD.
Connor Joe?
Correct.
What the
Shout out
fuck?
Connor Joe.
Connor Joe and Michael Reed in that outfield.
Okay, at the end of round 2, Brennan has 14, JD has 9, and Chantal has 3. We have one final mini game. Whoever has the lowest score at the end of this mini game will be eliminated, and the other 2 will advance to the final face-off. Once again, our fact checker Mark is going to hand y'all a lovely 2x2 grid, and you will fill it out after about 2 minutes or so. And then each box filled in with the correct answer is worth 2 points. And remember to name a player who fills a Venn diagram between the 2 categories. So now let's check in with our players and see their answers.
So, Giants A's, Kai Tom. Giants All-Star, Alex Cobb.
Oh my god.
30 homer with Giants, also A's, Orlando Cepeda. 30 homer with Giants All-Star, Barry Bonds.
Giants A's, Matt Chapman. Giants All-Star, Willie Mays. Game was made for him. 30 home run season with Giants and A's, Bobby Bonds. And All-Star 30 home run season with Giants, Barry Bonds.
Giants A's, Matt Chapman also. Giants All-Star, Alex Cobb. I scratched out Orlando Cepeda. I put Joe Morgan. I don't think that's right. But and then 30 home run season with Giants and All-Star Barry Bonds.
All right. So at the end of round 3, Brennan has 22, JD has 15, and Chantal has 9. Unfortunately, Chantal, it was nice spending time with you today, but you have been eliminated. Thank you for coming so much. I hope you had so much fun.
Good luck, y'all.
All right, so now we're in the finals, and the scores from the previous rounds remain, but there's still some more points you can win. Now we're going to have our final round and do our name game. We're going to randomly select a team in SF Giants history, and each of you will take turns naming players back and forth until you answer incorrectly. Each correct answer is worth 1 point. And then, Brandon, because you have the higher score, you can pick 20th or 21st century for the Giants team.
21st century.
Nice. Okay.
2006 San Francisco Giants.
All right. So JD, since you have the lower score, you may go first.
Pedro Feliz.
Correct.
Barry Bonds.
Correct.
Nate Shearholtz.
Incorrect.
Rich Aurelia.
Incorrect.
Okay. Who did he play for in 2006?
I think you were talking.
I think he was with the Reds at that
Reds.
point. Yeah. The lineup, this was one of the ugliest ones. Catcher, Elizer Alfonso. First base, Shea Hildebrand. Second base, Ray Durham, Omar Vizquel, Pedro Feliz. Barry Bonds in left, Steve Finley center, Randy Wynn in right,
Yes,
Moises
Randy
Alou,
Wynn.
Mark Sweeney, Lance Niekro, Mike Matheny, Todd Green, Kevin Fransden.
Oh, the Lance Negro.
The rotation, Jason Schmidt, Matt Morris, Matt Cain, Noah Lowry,
Matt Cain.
Jamie Wright. Closer, Armando Benitez. Set up
yeah.
Brad Hennessy and Kevin Correa with a little bit of Steve Klein and Jeremy Accardo in the mix.
Okay, so now as the scores stand, Brennan has 23 points, and then JD, you have 16. We have one more final round, so each of you will receive 4 rapid-fire questions, and you'll have 5 seconds to answer. They're going to increase in difficulty. The first question will be worth 1 point, the second 2, the third 3, and the fourth 4. All right, so JD, since you're behind, we're going to have you go first.
Okay.
Ready for your first question?
I am.
Who is the last San Francisco Giants player to win a Cy Young?
Matt Cain.
Incorrect.
Who did the Giants acquire in the trade that sent Brian Reynolds to the Pirates?
Andrew McCutcheon.
Correct.
Who is the San Francisco Giants' all-time leader in triples?
Mike Tiernan.
Incorrect. Willie Mays.
Who was the last Giants player to hit a home run at Candlestick Park?
Barry Bonds. Oh, Candlestick. Yeah, Barry Bonds.
He played there.
Not for
No,
points,
no, I don't know.
but he's been guessed a couple times. Marvin Bernard.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Brennan, you ready?
Yeah.
What is the name of the annual series between the Giants and the Athletics?
Bay Bridge series.
Correct.
Who was the left fielder who struggled to pick up the ball on the warning track after Alex Gordon singled in Game 7 of the 2014 World
Juan
Series?
Perez.
Correct.
Sheesh. It's triggered. Which former Giants player is responsible for nicknaming Pablo Sandoval the Kung Fu Panda?
Barry Zito.
Correct.
Who is the last Giants manager that never managed a playoff team?
Roger Craig.
Incorrect. Jim Davenport.
Okay.
So at the end of our game, Brennan has 29 and JD has 18, meaning that Brennan is the winner of today's game and will advance to the finals. Thank you so much for playing, and thank you to everybody at home for watching. If you enjoyed this today, please give us a like and subscribe, and maybe even join the Bayside Baseball Patreon and to support more of our independent work. Thank you so much.